Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Welcome. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real with the second week in 2023. Hey, look at my baby, y'all. Y'all think I don't have no daughters, but I got two.
There she is.
So Tanya, say hi to the good folks out there.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be here and a little bit nervous along the way also.
Girl, please.
Just keeping it real.
Look, just keeping it real. This is the one, y'all, that didn't talk. Okay, yes. We're gonna let y'all know that story, but this is the one that didn't talk. Okay. But anyway, so how's Patrick? And how's
Patrick's doing great. Doing great. My daughter is 8, Livia. My son is 10 years old now, Tavian. Patrick works from home, which allows us a lot of flexibility to be very intentional about our family time. Once the kids get home from school, gymnastics for Livia, so she can stand on her feet. She's always on her hand.
Well, I mean, wait a minute. Where did she get that from?
She can't stand on her 2 feet, flipping around all day.
Yes. And well, guys, listen. She can go on. She can't talk though. This is the girl that can't talk, but she can go on. Well, I need to tell you, how long have I been knowing you, Tanya?
Wow. 2011.
11? Was it 11?
Yes, 2011.
So yes. Oh, geez, that's 12 years, huh?
Yes,
11, 12
yes.
years. Okay, guys, the reason why I asked her to come on and share her story is because I know it, and I think you need to know it. Tanya, tell the good folks where you're from.
I was originally born in Congo, which is West Africa. That's where I was born. I moved to the Netherlands at age of 4 with my family, mom, dad, and an older sister at that time. It's total 5 of us, 4 girls and 1 boy. Born in Congo, moved to the Netherlands, grew up there the majority of my life, and as God had it, came to the United States for a wedding of one of my cousins and ended up meeting my husband there. So again,
stop. You can't skip all over that. Listen, y'all. She came to a wedding of a friend.
My
cousin, and ended up meeting her husband.
Yes. How God works, right? Yes. There's no coincidence in that.
Yes.
Born in Africa, grew up in the Netherlands, came to the States for a wedding, ended up meeting my husband. It gets better, who is from the Congo.
Yes. Yes. And I was at a particular church, and she actually came there. And how did that go? And you joined, I think you joined. And
yes.
The class that
we did the new members class, indeed. And then we were partnered with you as a mentor at the beginning of our journey.
Yeah.
And then throughout that journey, you started teaching the class how to deliver the mail, or you can tell it at the time.
That's right.
That's when I took that class, curious about how I should be delivering the mail.
Let me pause because the good folks don't know. You Can Tell It was the founder. Most of them know this because it's in my book, and he is my mentor, Larry Moyer, out of Dallas, Texas. And from there, if you guys remember, if you went to my website, deliveringthemail.com, delivering the mail was what God gave me in lieu of You Can Tell It. The mail being the gospel of the good news of Jesus Christ, the deliverer, the postal worker being you and I. And so I have to tell them this. Tanya says, I want to teach like that. I want to train. So I was like, okay, hang with me, right? right, right.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
yes,
were in the class, and it was, this is on my website, guys, so go check it out. And it was Tanya and Denitra.
yes.
Wasn't that right?
And Tanja also.
No, no, no. You and Denitra, who the Lord
Yes,
used. And
yes,
you said, Mom, you didn't say anything in this book.
yes.
You need to go write it down. And
It-
that's how Deliver the Mail was born, through this,
yes.
the Lord using this young lady and Denitra Sanders. That's
Just
on
the,
my
the
website.
the energy, the simplicity of how you delivered it, it
Yeah,
made so much more sense. I'm like, this is how it should be. You didn't even go by the book. You made it your own, and it's very relatable. That is what attracted me. I was like, this is it.
yeah, yeah. That was so God, so God, because I had
Yes,
no idea I wasn't following the book.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. And by the way, she became one of my best trainers. Yeah. Yeah. She's on the website as well. So continue. I had to get in there and let them hear that part. So,
Um,
um,
where were we? Moved to the States? How
to the
far was
States.
I?
Yeah. You moved to the States. Okay.
Moved to the States, found that church home. You were
Uh-huh.
one of the mentors there that we were partnered with. You started teaching the class,
Uh-huh.
curious and intrigued because of the way you delivered it. Indeed, that made it so relatable and non-confrontational,
Right. Right.
and a way that should everyone make everyone feel like I should be able to do this without feeling that I'm offending or attacking or intimidating someone with my
Right.
faith.
Mhm.
And that's made it so interesting for me to want to stay close to you. That relationship developed even further because of the fact that at that point it is, so I moved here in 2009. The first year you're trying to get used to everything, being a new wife in a new country with a new language, but then with nobody around you, no mom, no sisters. I said it's four girls and
Right.
one boy, nobody around you, feeling somewhat lost in the journey called, God, is this it? I'm married and now I'm going to sit here in the corner and this is it. And I just
Right.
needed or was praying for that mother figure or someone to come alongside me to guide me. And that's really the role that you played. 2010, fast forward, here we're talking, all right, the pressure. So are you guys gonna have kids? I'm trying. Y'all stop asking me if we're gonna have kids. I'm trying. So the conversation came up. I'm like, the pressure as from an African culture, first of all.
Right.
Married kids, like it's an expectation. By the time you're married, next week you should pretty much announce you're pregnant.
Right.
Um, Praying over that and had that conversation with you. I think I want the baby. I think this is the time, but I'm scared. And also it's not happening. So here comes that doubt again, that fear. And at that moment, you just taking the time while I was again a young lady, just calming me down and praying over me,
Yeah.
putting your hand on my stomach and in your way, interceding on my behalf as again my mother at that time, my mentor at that time. And here we are, 2012 January.
Hey,
My
I prayed
son
for one. She got two.
my son was born January 13. And now I have two, a daughter and a son, as I mentioned
Yes.
previously.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, let's talk about this, guys. I want her, she shared a little bit of that journey. I'm happy about that. But there was some struggles in between there in the States, and she was going home. Wasn't you going home to visit someone or?
No. So once we did have Tavian,
Yeah,
first of all, you and the church, again, being those parents for us that we both don't have here, from the gifts that you guys provided for Tavian, the gift cards, just to get us started as a young family. Once Tavian turned 4 months, because I was here as an immigrant from the
yes, that's what I
Netherlands,
wanted you to explain.
the
Oh,
immigration sent a letter saying, hey, we need you to come to the Netherlands for an interview,
yeah,
for you to become an American citizen. At that point, Tavian was 4 months, 3 months, almost 4 months.
uh-huh.
Patrick and I both not knowing how this works, and that is
Right.
again, if you don't have any wisdom, ask. We thought, okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to go back home, show the baby to the
Yeah,
family,
yeah,
do
yeah.
this interview to become an American citizen, and come back 1 or 2 months later. That was the plan.
Right.
Um, So we followed the instructions. I flew back home with a 3-month-old baby in my
Yes.
hand when I landed in the Netherlands. The excitement, the joy, my mom, my dad, sisters,
Yes.
Patrick's side, everybody got to see the baby. Now here comes that part that you just never prepared for in life. I go to the appointment with my 4-month-old baby at the time at the immigration to do the interview, as they call it, to become
Yeah,
an
yeah.
American citizen. And at that point, they tell me pretty much while you were in the States, you overstayed your visa,
Mm.
your spouse visa or your fiance visa. And all I could do at that point say I did not know what the limits are, or trying to plead my case and
Yeah.
explain
Yeah, yeah.
that based on what we were told, it's okay, you just stay and then you apply, and once the application is rolling, you're good to stay. But that is not the case. There is a certain time frame you can stay for. If at that point your application has not been approved, you have to exit the
Yes.
United States and re-enter. We did not know that. So
Wow.
I overstayed my fiance visa. They proceed to announce again. Imagine brand new mom, a
Yes.
little bitty young girl with a 4-month-old baby, and they tell you at this point you are no longer allowed to enter the United States because you broke the rule and overstayed your fiance visa. I went from standing up to kneeling down with that baby in my hand.
Wow.
And at that moment, you break when that
Yes.
announcement
Yes.
is made. So for them, it's just this is what they do.
Yeah.
No feeling. I'm standing here with my 4-month-old in my hand.
About to be
Um,
separated from your husband.
that's all you can think about.
Yeah.
This baby, he needs to be with his dad.
Yeah.
I went from standing, or it was a standing kiosk, pretty much, where you then get the result of your interview or whatever. They call you back to the front. Okay, come here for your results based on the interview that you had in the room. And again, I was standing with the baby, and they said that I went to kneeling down with the baby in my hand. Of
Mm.
course, crying and just so overwhelmed. Now
Mm.
what? Now what?
Oh,
Step back out of the office because at this point they're done with you. That's it.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
announcement. In the car, of course, called my husband, panicking, hysterically crying. We need to pray harder. We need to pray harder. Apparently, we're not praying hard enough. We're not. We did something wrong.
Right.
That again, that guilt. What happened? I said I cannot come back anymore. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just left the interview room and I'm not allowed back anymore. 4-month-old baby in my hand. He breaks down on the other side of the phone.
Right.
What did we do? I said, I don't know. We did something. At this point, I don't even remember what they said.
Right. Right.
um,
And
so
Tanya, I don't even remember who contacted me. Somebody did. I don't
yes,
know.
so Patrick did.
Did. Yeah. Okay.
Patrick did to say, Mom, Tanya is not allowed back anymore. Tanya's
Yeah.
stuck in the Netherlands. The life group, again, through church, and you guys
Right.
came together, hosted some funding, gift cards were given where
Yeah.
Patrick was
Postcards.
able to
We had to write letters, I think.
yes, had to write letters, and Patrick was able, pretty much pleading, like, okay, she's a church member, she's a citizen, she's been, doing everything just
Yes.
to prove a case that I am a good person, if you
Yeah.
so will. Patrick had to hire a professional lawyer, and that's where you guys came through again with
Right.
the monetary part, helping him out to get that lawyer
Yeah.
that knows his stuff. But in the meantime, fast forward, I was stuck in the Netherlands with
Mm.
this 4-month-old baby for, again, fast forward 9 months. Tavian turned 1 year old
Yes.
in the Netherlands. He was walking at 1 years old.
Yeah.
All Patrick could witness with his son was this
On the FaceTime.
on
Right.
the fa-
Yeah.
my son started calling our laptop daddy.
Daddy.
Every
Yeah.
time I get my daddy, that's laptop. So when he
Yeah.
wants daddy, he points to laptop because
Yeah.
that was daddy.
Yeah.
That's how the first year of his life
I
was.
remember that so well. Oh my God.
So that was 9 months of me being in the Netherlands, praying morning, noon, and night, and trusting that this is the time, God, where I need you to show me that
Yes.
you got it. And that was the time where God needed me to show him
That
that
you
I
trust
have
him.
faith and I trust him.
Amen.
The and that the patient part as well. Will you be patient?
Yes.
Are you willing to suffer a little bit for what I have in store
Yes.
for you?
Yeah.
Um, so that time of separation, I think, is what really I know is what really um, grew that mustard seed of my faith.
Yeah.
Um, had I not gone through that, I think my faith, my trust, my
Yes.
belief would not have been
The
to
way it
the level
is.
that it is now.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So sometimes those moments of pain and brokenness
Yes.
is necessary for us to get closer
Right.
to God.
Wow. I just needed them to. I remember it. I remember
Yes.
crying. Oh my God, crying and praying. That's all I can
Yes.
remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And you
Okay.
guys showing the power of being in the right community with the
Yes.
right people around you to uplift you in such a time. If
Absolutely.
we had never taken that step to become part of this
Yes.
community, at that time when you needed a community, we would not
Right.
have had one.
Right.
Because I know some people say, well, I don't do church folk because this, because that. I understand the pain and the things that has happened. But if you don't choose to intentionally have a community of
You have
believers
to.
around you,
You have to.
when that time comes when you need it
Yeah.
and it's not there, you didn't build that foundation.
Absolutely.
So
Ab-
you, I don't need it. I'm good. I don't need, yeah, yeah, I know you're good now. But
yeah.
when that time will come
Yeah.
that you need it, it
Yeah.
will not be there because you didn't do the preparation of
That's
building
right. That's
that
right.
connection to have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, God created us. He made us community. Yeah.
Yes.
Need one another. That's why the scripture says pray for one another. It didn't say just
Yes.
okay, pray for yourself. It says
Yes.
pray for one another,
Yes.
encourage one another, lift each other up.
Yes.
So you need another person to do that.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
community. Yes,
Yes.
yes. So okay. So you're in the Netherlands and
Hmm.
still waiting on God to move.
Yes.
And what was Patrick doing? I know, but tell the good folks, what was Patrick doing? Because you guys
Patrick.
had a nice place, you had a nice apartment at the time. So
Yes.
tell the good folks what Patrick wow.
Patrick, in the meantime, I think just daily praying and trying to stay connected with you guys, but also had to get a second job at that time to just try to keep up with all these lawyers' fees without getting in debt, trying to pay for all the things that are required to get his wife back. Um, I think mentally it was very hard on him, but at that time, again, because of the brotherhood, the few friends that we had, I don't want to mention anybody's name specifically, but that he was very close with, that is what allowed him, again, to get through it.
Yeah.
Just imagine you go to work, you're supposed to come back to a wife and a baby. You know they're there, but you come back to an empty apartment. So at that point, he doesn't want to be at the apartment
Right.
anymore. He would work from 9 to 5, his regular job, and then rest for a little bit. Let me just go do something else, work some more to
Right.
provide for my family, whether it is these lawyers need or whatever will be needed along the way. Because at this point, I don't know what else to do other than work, 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 and also just to stay busy to not get in your head.
And so what I also remember is him making a real big sacrifice. They had a nice apartment. It was big. And he
Oh,
actually decreased it.
yes.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
that moment, he's like, because nothing is secure right now, he sold everything we had,
did.
everything, that little bitty thing that we've had build up at that time,
Yes.
sold everything we had. At that time, we had a nicer apartment.
Yeah,
He
he downsized.
downgraded to, do I need to sleep in one room on a carpet? Whatever it takes, I
Yes.
will lay it all down to sacrifice to
Yes.
get my wife and my son back. Again, how much are you willing to sacrifice sometimes
Yes.
in life when that is required of you? Because
Amen.
we think, I need to hold on to this just in case, just in case, just in case. But sometimes, again, let it all go
Amen.
so God can replenish it with that sum. Not something that we knew at the time, but just because of faith and belief, something that he selflessly did
Yes.
just to get his wife and his son back. The apartment that we had, my second car, everything. He got rid of everything and downsized all the way to an apartment in an even lesser nice community, if I may say
Yes,
it that way,
absolutely. He did.
just so he can pay the less as possible and have as less as spending as possible so he can focus and prioritize where the need was. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. So you guys heard it. What's it worth to you is what we're going to
Yes.
call this.
There you go.
What's it worth? Yeah, yeah. We're going to call this What's It Worth to You. But what I really want her to do is next week, we're going to sign off right now because I know you want to know how she got back to the States. So next week, we're going to tell you guys how she got back to the States and the
Where
journey.
we are now.
Yes, to where we are now. And with that said, this is DTM Real Talk, and we're just doing what?
Keeping it real.
Real. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.